Need to secure something that can really dive to follow up with Godiva in the XP lane with the Terizla banned out. This is really tough.
I would move Fredrin into the EXP lane.
And what goes jungle?
And bring Martis.
Martis. I feel like right at this point, they require some kind of burst damage if they want to even match. Whoa, match
they took your note, but they changed it a bit.
Wow, okay. Hang on. I was about to say they need to burst damage if they want to ensure that the Kufra has, or the Fredrin has any threat, right? It requires follow-up to ensure that whoever gets caught gets taken out. But they go for the Lancelot, and this might be the tank Lancelot, so I don't even know if that is them taking my advice, Mirko.
Not too sure. I don't think it's going to be burst though, coming in from the Lancelot. It can still work, but up against this composition, especially a Kai, I don't think they want to risk going for that full damage Lancelot. It's most probably going to be the Tanksalot that's making its way here into game number 2. Aura Fire have set their draft. A turn up. What are your thoughts?
I'm not sure, dude. I'm not really sure about the Lancelot pick. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. We haven't really seen Van play to much success. I guess he picked up the Ling before. Didn't work out too well. But Mirko will take us into the portal.
Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Aura's fight for survival in the playoffs. Bigatron Alpha 1 game away from wiping that out. Will BTR do it, or will Aura Fire force a 3rd game in this series?
You can see here Van already with the emblem. With the Demon Slayer emblem, so probably a Tanksalot here, Arashi.
Right, and you know, the tank Lancelot has been a lot more versatile and still having enough damage to be a significant threat towards the back line, especially the gold laners. But if you look at the emblems from everywhere else, Godiva and Fluffy will have an extra bit of wave clear here if they want to try and be proactive in the roaming department. So you can see Moreno struggling a bit more, but Godiva goes in.
Pretty aggressively here, but Van, oh, what? Superken actually got that. Van not utilizing the Retribution here, despite Superken already picking up the Retribution onto the purple buff. Again, these small wins were the reason that Bigatron Alpha were able to actually capitalize in the end. Here as well, you can see Van trying desperately to get level 4, using the Retribution this time around.
Aura already being a lot more aggressive. A bit of a contrast from their previous performance, and you can see that with more damage, with more wave clear, and with a more aggressive roamer, they can be a significant threat that Bigatron Alpha needs to respect. Now the question is, how long can they maintain this? What can they get using this? And in the mid game, will that be enough for them to actually take the lead away from Bigatron? Because they have a lot more burst damage and a lot more reliable crowd control in those skirmishes.
That definitely is the question here, and it's very interesting that none of the mid laners have actually opted to go in for the EXP. But it looks like Moreno already going for that to be able to get that level 4 quick, seeing as the turtle is going to spawn in under 4 minutes. Moreno should have a little bit more advantage here. Maybe Bigatron Alpha have the better option of getting the objective there, as in the top side here, Kabuki getting quite bullied.
Yeah, Saken knowing the limits of Melissa right now as Van tries his best to look for the Retribution, but it is going to be the heavy spin by Superken and the proper Retribution. Godiva's Tyrant's Revenge going to be cancelled out by the heavy spin as the RWM comes down, but the Tyrant's Rage gets cancelled out by the Divine Judgment. Godiva caught, and it's a 3-for-1 over to Bigatron Alpha.
A 3-4-1 this early on, that is definitely what Aura Fire wants, but in the gold lane as well, Kabuki isn't actually exactly winning, even though we talked about this matchup and how Kabuki has a bit of a lead here. Saken is just trying to go for it. Moreno comes in to seal the deal.
Oh, and that's the kill over. They even feed it over to Saken, who now gets some turret gold. And to add salt to the wound, he loses that gold cannon minion.
It's not looking good for Aura Fire right now. They're gonna lose that top lane when it's supposed to be a winning lane for Kabuki. But with the way that they've actually been able to execute it, Saken actually gonna be a level above Kabuki here in the 3 minutes. And if Aura Fire, they were banking on the Kabuki or the Melissa to get those power spikes as fast as possible to deal out the damage, that's gonna be something that they have to wait for.
You can see how this impacts the rest of the map. Now that they have this kind of lead, right? They're trying to translate it into the jungle. When you have a winning lane and you can't really roam all the way across the map, the jungle is where you go. You get more farm, or even the mid lane to try and get a pick off. But look at this, response by Godiva.
They do get it, but Godiva gets brought back to the team. Flickers out, gets his mid laner out. That's what you want from your roamer. But now with Chorizo, they really want to take Godiva down. That's a slam pass combo. The Tyrant's Revenge will be blocked as Moreno will probably be defeated the kill. That's the kill over to the mid laner of BTR as Key now is looking to go up against Fan, but he still is able to get it with the Phantom execution.
Ooh, more action right now, and as you mentioned, this is what we want to see from Aura, right? It's not as flashy, it's not as crazy, but at least they are still putting up a fight. They are putting up as a real threat against Bigatron Alpha, unlike game number 1. But look at that play from Moreno, though.
Facehugger is down. Kabuki with the Mudwills dealing some damage, but Superken is still holding on to a lot of his resources. Fan jumping in, and he will be able to win out in the Retribution battle, but Godiva is going to be pinned down. Saken picks up his second kill this game. A 2,000 gold lead as the Divine Judgment brings Fluffy back. They even cancel the dash. The taunt comes in. Fluffy has the Praise's Wrath. He will use it as Superken gets taken low, but he gets out with the dash, and the team is ready to capitalize. The flicker to bring Chorizo back. Fan now is only the other members away from the side of Bigatron Alpha as Facehugger puts some damage back onto the map. Real world manipulation forcing the flicker out from Chorizo as Aura Fire, like you mentioned, Rashi, are putting some pressure, some fight back in game number 2.
Wow, man. Looking at the Ambulance, we've talked about this already, but both junglers having the Demon Slayer means that it's kind of equal, but Van definitely has an advantage, but that is not why he was able to get the turtle in the previous engagement. Godiva came in at the right moment and provided that very required crowd control, but Chorizo gets jumped on by 3 members.
Good pick off from Aura Fire, understanding that now they need to look for trades instead of going for 5v5s.
Right now you can see Bigatron Alpha though still leading with the 1,700 gold lead. They've actually moved Kabuki down to the bottom lane to give him a little bit more fight and a little bit more space.
Whoa!
But Moreno,
he finds it a proper setup here. Moreno going to be pinned down by the bouncing ball. He's still able to survive with Superken pinning 2 members down. Moreno caught all alone, pops into another airstrike as Facehugger gets taken low, but it's Kabuki who finds the kill. The second kill in this game. As the Spear of Destruction almost picks Facehugger off from across the map. They will finally look to lane swap, but Aura Fire are looking to come back in this game.
Godiva on the Kufra, so much better than Natalia. This is the kind of player he was. He is known for having crazy engages. Yes, he's known as Godita as well, but that's only one small facet of his skill set. If you look at the talent's prediction right here, Eterna and Ranger Master from the Indonesian desk still believe Aura has what it takes. They still believe in the last-ditch effort from the Dragons. And right now, it's looking okay, but Key almost gets taken out here. Again, Aura showing that they are still in the fight. They can still bite back.
Kaja needs to recall though now. The Bigatron Alpha are still trying to utilize the 1,000 gold lead. Van going to be zoned away by Chorizo with a split. Van utilizing the split to actually get the puncture stacks. Fluffy in the midst of it all now. Superken holding on to the heavy spin as he pops it right now, and he wins it! Van diving in, not to get it. Aura Fire have utilized a lot of resources. The RWM as well, as another airstrike comes down now on Aura Fire. Kabuki free hitting in the back line as that's going to be the tier 1 turret in the mid lane. Taken down, siege down by the likes of Saken. Godiva not able to find a Tyrant's Revenge to get a single trade down. And Bigatron Alpha, again,
just keeping their eyes on the prize. Honestly, they were going even in the fight, but they were able to get a turret. That's the main difference here, and they waste no time at all. Saken just goes straight for the next objective, and this kind of speed is what Aura Fire needs to be very careful of. Bigatron will do this again and again, and they can and will sneak away these objectives from right under your nose. Taking a look at the items right here, Moreno, no further airstrike just yet, and Van, as we mentioned already, a tank Lancelot with the Sky Guardian helmet, a lot more durable, always present in the fight, having that infinite sustain technically from the regeneration. But I think Facehugger, once he gets the glowing one, that is where Aura Fire will start picking up the tempo. That is where the damage will start adding up if you just leave him be, and that is where even the slightest bit of poke will start being felt by the frontline members, because Chorizo and Superken, they're on heroes that like to build a lot of HP.
oh man, look at how much pressure Bigatron is putting onto Aura Fire, and I gotta say, the Sakai last pick was brilliant, right? Every time Godiva looks in for a pick, he should have gotten the combo in, the Rage and the Revenge, but it always gets cancelled by Superken and his heavy spin is key!
With the Divine Judgment, bringing Godiva back. The Spear of Misery not going to be able to connect, but Saken jumps out of the Tyrant's Rage and picks up another kill for himself. Look at the gold differential here. 1,500 gold ahead in that gold lane matchup. As Fluffy jumps in with the knockup and the taunt. Saken moving forward, waiting for someone to pull the trigger. Fluffy jumping in again with a taunt now. Super Ken still able to disengage. Key can be poked down as both teams are going to go back to set up again.
Look at the macro gameplay though. The bottom lane is pushed out, so Bigetron has a bit of an advantage here as Sorizo is zoning everyone away. We talked about the item differential right here. Bigetron Alpha, they are still definitely ahead, and Sorizo goes in 1v5 though.
Gets pinned down by the go away, but the feather airstrike comes down. Kabuki is going to be sniped out. Moreno finds the kill. It's going to be a trade back though, as Facehugger will be able to find a kill back. Godiva in the midst of it all. As Van jumps into the back line with the puncture. The heavy spin now to disengage, pinning Godiva down for the damage to come through. Sorizo still looking for an opening. 2 for 1. Fluffy zoning, getting out. Van still looking to go for the retribution 50-50. Super Ken has utilized the heavy spin, but Bigetron Alpha will not make it a 50-50. They clear out the mid lane as Van jumps back in. Super Ken now caught, poked down. McKee has the Divine Judgment. He will not use it just yet as Sorizo jumps into the back line. Facehugger going to be targeted down as Sorizo just puts some pressure down. It's still going to be Van maneuvering across the place. They bought enough time for Kabuki to respawn.
Ooh, and they reset the Lord as well. Bigetron Alpha going to need a little bit more time if they want to get that objective uncontested here. Right now, Aura Fire here. Kabuki back in. Facehugger is also on the way as well. And it really comes back down to the setup, right? If Aura Fire... Oh, no!
Divine Judgment will seal Godiva's fate. Bigetron Alpha with a beautiful move. Disciplined as ever, not looking for any risky plays, knowing they have the gold lead. Fluffy will open up a little bit of the map right there, but the RWM gets placed right in front of Saken, who's able to just wipe Facehugger off the map. 2 for 0, and the Lord will be conceded by Aura Fire.
A free Lord for Bigetron Alpha due to their amazing plays. The wave in the bottom side was gonna push in the favor of Aura Fire, but before they can engage, they get engaged on. That is the solution, right? When you go against a team like this that relies on their roamer to make the plays happen, you just jump on him instead. Moreno gets jumped on as well. Godiva trying to trade back that aggression. He won't be able to though, as Kabuki finishes that golden staff. The DPS is available, but now can he survive from the burst damage? There's so much damage coming in from Moreno, from Saken, and if he's not careful, Key can shut him down as well. So on this Melissa, he's getting completely outranged, even though the Melissa's kit is meant to outrange the majority of the gold laners in the game.
I want to give some advice to Kabuki. No Bara skin.
No Bara skin. Simple fix, isn't it?
Oh man, look at Moreno already picking up the Holy Crystal as well. So we thought the damage output coming in from him was massive, and now Kabuki needs to have a lot more